Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca. I'm so happy to invite you back into my kitchen because I have some really exciting news. This past weekend, I had the privilege of spending time in person in my kitchen cooking with the Philadelphia brand cream cheese and the new Kraft cooking creams with a bunch of women, the real women of Philadelphia. They came from all over Colorado, Wyoming, and even from Atlanta to spend time with me in the kitchen cooking with these wonderful cooking creams. We had a blast. It was so much fun getting to meet all of these women in person and spend time cooking together. This would never have happened if it wasn't for Paula Dean. And Paula, you're amazing. We love you so much. And if it weren't for your personality, your love, and your kindness that permeates this whole community, we wouldn't have met. And we wouldn't have met if it weren't for all of these new wonderful cooking creams that we'll be using today in our recipe. Today, I'm going to be using leftovers from our meal this last weekend. I don't like leftovers. I want something to taste like it's just been cooked right out of the oven, fresh and brand new. So, this has changed my life. The cooking creams have changed all of my leftover meals into something that is brand new and different. I can't imagine, when I was thinking about it this weekend, what I did without cooking cream in my kitchen when I was a single person. I threw away so much food. I wasted so much food. I actually feel ashamed of it. So I'm so thrilled now that with my large family, I can cook meals and I can use the Philadelphia brand cream cheese cooking creams and make entirely new recipes. So cool and exciting, guys. Today I'm going to be making a chili relleno casserole. I'm going to be using leftover pieces of cod that I used for making my fish tacos at the event. And then I'm going to be adding to it our savory garlic cooking cream, just a few tablespoons to really bring together that delicious flavor from the garlic. And then we're going to be adding all kinds of wonderful fresh things to them to make them taste like they're just a brand new wonderful meal. So now what we're going to do, I've salted and peppered my leftover piece of codfish. This is just one fillet, that's it. And so what I want to do is just slice this up into bite-sized pieces because this is going to be our stuffing. Now, when I was single, I was singing professionally. I am a classically trained opera singer like Mandy Heaston, our other wonderful host from the last season. And I also owned a business. I owned a salon that it was a full-time job, and I was always working doing hair there. And for the opera company, not only did I sing, but I was the wig and hair specialist as well. And so I was a pretty busy lady around that time. And so I had to come up with ways to cook meals that I could eat that seemed fresh and tasted good. I got tired of eating out all the time, and so what I would do is I would make small dishes like this for just 1 or 2 servings. And it was wonderful to come home and open up that freezer and take out something that I had cooked, and it was so good to eat that when I was so worn out and tired. So I've gotten our cod all chopped into bite-sized chunks here. We're just going to put that in our mixing bowl. And into that, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of a chili verde sauce. And we're just going to toss that in there. We're going to add a little bit of salt and a little pinch of pepper. And then I'm going to just take a little bit of cilantro, not very much, maybe about a teaspoon, and I'm just going to pull those apart and pop those in there too. It gives such a wonderful, fresh flavor from the cilantro in this dish. But you don't want to put too much in because cilantro can really overpower if you get really carried away. And then I have about a quarter of a lime wedge, and I'm just going to sprinkle that into there. And then what makes this dish just shine is our wonderful savory garlic blend cooking cream. Guys, this is a wonderful addition to any of your meals. So what I'm going to do is take about 2 tablespoons, and of course I'm using a fork, but I'm kind of eyeing it here. I'm one of those people who like to put a pinch of this and a pinch of that into my recipes, and I don't really measure out, but it's about 2 teaspoons. So let's get that all mixed up together. Oh, and it looks so good. It smells so fresh. The codfish I buy because it's frozen. Living in the mountains, it's very hard to find really good fresh fish. So I buy codfish. I also use halibut. Any white fish that's frozen is perfect for this. It has a really mild flavor, doesn't taste fishy, and it doesn't overpower your meal. Now I'm also going to be adding the new Kraft 4 cheese blend. This has cream cheese in it, so it even adds that gooier, delicious flavor of cream cheese mixed with cheddar. So good. Now I'm going to eyeball this too. That's about a cup, and I'm going to add a little bit more. Alright, so we got that all mixed together, and that's our stuffing. So simple and easy to make. And I have my canned chilies. I have those 4. You can buy a small can of canned chilies that are whole and use those. You can also buy poblanos or Anaheim peppers and roast those in your oven and have a whole entirely different flavor, adding that wonderful flavor of the roastedness to it. Roastedness, is that a word? I don't know. Anyway, here is my little casserole dish. I've sprayed this with Pam. And I'm just going to lay my chilies in there. And we're just going to take about a teaspoon and a half, maybe 2 teaspoons. And you can see we're just filling them up, and a little bit is sticking out the side, and that's okay. We're going to be just tucking these into this casserole dish right next to each other. I've also got a little bit of leftover corn and tomato salsa from our weekend together, and I'm going to be serving that with some chips on the side. And this is going to be a wonderful meal for me and, well, myself. I'm not going to share because this is just for one. This is going to be my lunch today. Alright, so we have all of our chilies put together here, and I'm just going to set those aside. We are going to blend up our egg and our oil, and the egg and the oil act as the coating for the chili relleno. We make almost a souffle with it, and it is so good. You guys are going to love this. So I have 2 eggs and about a half a cup of vegetable oil. Just going to pop our eggs into our mixing bowl here, and we're going to blend those up nice and fluffy, and then we're going to add the oil to make a really delicious emulsion. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this, and a little bit of our cracked black pepper. And then I'm going to use my little hand mixer here and give this a little blend. And after you see that they've gotten nice and mixed together, we're going to add slowly in our half a cup of oil. Now you see how creamy and fluffy that looks, nice and yellow mixed together. And what we're going to do is just drizzle that over our chilies. And we're going to drizzle it down over the side of our chili bowl. We got a little extra here that's kind of oozing down onto the counter. And just wipe that up. There we go. So now I put a lot in there because I want this to fluff up and look gorgeous. So I'm going to take a little bit of my Kraft Mexican blend cheese and just sprinkle a tiny bit on the top. I'm going to cover this with some foil. We're going to put it in a 350-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. When it comes out, guys, we'll have a taste and you will love it. This is my favorite time. We get to taste what we made today using leftovers from my party this weekend. We also added this amazing cooking cream, the savory garlic cream by Kraft. Changes everything in your kitchen when it comes to leftovers, you guys. Of course it tastes great and meals that you make from scratch, but it's so amazing to have this wonderful creamy cheese turn all my icky leftovers into something fabulous. Look at this gorgeous topping that is just covered in golden brown and cheesiness, and this inside, this stuffing is just delicious. The fish is cooked perfectly, very tender. The savory garlic blend has added such a delicious flavor to the fish and to the chili. Guys, I know you're going to enjoy these creams. You got to go out and buy the whole bunch. You can make all kinds of wonderful meals using your leftovers and creating new dishes in your kitchen.